Identical. Anybody know what that's from? My cousin Vinny. There we go. For a couple film buffs, you guys were slow on that.
First-time buyers.
Yeah.
What are the 3 things first-time buyers must do to win in our 2022 summer market?
Okay, so number 1, they gotta fall in love with the numbers. We always say that, right? So what does that mean?
Fall in love with the numbers means talk to a lender and understand what you can afford. Buying a house in today's market is not for everyone, but if the motivation works and the math works, then go for it. Number 2, connect with a real estate agent, an expert in the area. Hint, hint. Why do we want the buyers to connect with a real estate agent?
In all seriousness, you want to go through what's called a buyer consultation or a buyer consult. It's extremely important to do. You want to connect with a local real estate agent that knows the area, knows the market, and go through and dig deep on the buyer's motivation, what they're specifically looking for, what their potential price range is going to be. The main thing is to learn why they're buying a home and making sure that it is the right time for them to buy a home, right?
Absolutely. And the one thing that I want to really highlight here is that a lot of times agents will ask one question and they'll leave it at that. And what everyone needs to understand, especially the buyers, is the first answer is usually very shallow.
Right.
So let me quickly explain. One time I asked a buyer, what is important to you and the house you buy? And she said, I really want a big backyard. I said, great. What would a big backyard do for you? Now, if I was the average agent, I'd leave it at a big backyard and I'd move on to the next question. But I wanted to know more. So I said, well, what would a big backyard do for you? She said, if I had a big backyard, then my grandkids could run around and play. I went one step further. I said, let me ask you, what would it mean to you to have your grandkids play in your backyard? And know what she said?
Tell me.
I'm getting the chills right now.
Tell me, please, I can't wait.
She said, I live in a condo right now and my grandkids never visit me. I haven't seen them for years. So if I bought a home with a big backyard, I'd actually get to see my grandchildren. So Ryan, let me ask you, what's more important to her, a big backyard or seeing her grandchildren?
Obviously, it's seeing the grandkids.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially as a new dad, you understand how important that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when we talk about digging deep, we don't want shallow answers, we want deeper answers.
Right.
What's number 3?
And number 3 is keep an open mind as a buyer in this market. The great news is there's opportunity everywhere.
There's opportunity everywhere. You get what you expect. If you're doom and gloom, if you think it's not a great time to buy, then you're not gonna have a great experience.
Yeah.
If you follow the steps, you know, number 1 is math and motivation. If the motivation is there and the math works out, stay optimistic.
Yeah.
So we talked about opportunity in the marketplace for buyers. What are some opportunities?
Well, number 1, and it's a big one, is there's less competition right now for buyers. And that's huge because the last couple of years, it's been a bloodbath out there for buyers and there's been a ton of competition and that has subsided.
The second opportunity is that there's a lot more homes to choose from. Inventory is up close to 300% since January. And although it's still low in comparison to 2019, buyers have a lot more options to choose from, which is what they've wanted for so long.
Right, absolutely. Number 3 is you can negotiate again. And by negotiate, I mean you can negotiate price, terms, and even credits and repairs when you're in escrow, which was unheard of for the last 2 years. And that's coming back, and it's a great feeling for buyers.
Number 4, buyers have more time to think about a property before submitting an offer. They actually have more time to even go back and see it 2 or even 3 more times before they submit an offer. And that's what a lot of buyers want to do, man. I mean, even me, when I bought my home, I wanted to go home and sleep on it. I don't want to make an offer in 1 hour.
Right.
And so that's a huge opportunity. And what's the last one?
The last one is that rates have actually settled a little bit and they are now in the 4% range, in the high 4s about. So that's huge because we were seeing them creep up into the 6s and sitting in the 5s and the high 5s, and they're back down in the 4s right now. So that's another opportunity in itself.
It's a huge opportunity. So if you're a buyer out there and you're actually excited and there's motivation to buy and you want to take that next step, send us a message. We'd love to help you. Even if you're not in our area, we'd love to connect you to one of the best agents in the area that you're looking. Thanks so much for watching, guys.
If you guys like what you heard today and you want to hear more or you have some ideas, make sure you follow us on all of our social media pages. Subscribe to our YouTube as well. Thanks for watching, guys.